Hey, what's going on, Evercade? This is my name's Evercade. Welcome to the channel, and today I want to talk about the Evercade C64 Collection 1. Give my little thoughts and review of it. I was having it for several weeks now. Obviously, this cartridge is obviously the first in the line of the home computer line, a home microcomputer line for Evercade. So obviously, we're going to give it a bit of slack. It's probably going to have some rough edges around it, but about that, let's get in. So now obviously there's 14 games in this cartridge, and obviously, for those who don't know what C64 is, it originally went by the brand of Commodore, but obviously there's legal issues with using the Commodore name. So the 14 games included stuff like Winter Games, Lee, Alley Cat, Battle Valley. There's some good games on there, but in my opinion, this cartridge has a problem, and that's that none of these are really heavy hitters. None of these are really major system sellers to convince people to get an Evercade. Now, Alley Cat's a great little game. You know, it's fun. I played it on my C64 Mini and my Evercade handheld. It's a fun little game. Battle Valley's fun. You know, it's a tank game. You get drive a tank and blow stuff up. Lee is personally probably my favourite game on this cartridge. It's a little platformer game. Obviously, it was originally a Bruce Lee game. But obviously, they had to get rid of the Bruce Lee name and they just call it Lee because obviously, you know, copyright and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, personally, I think this cartridge is kind of a mixed bag. It's not the worst Evercade cartridge we've seen so far, but it's also not the best. But you got to understand that this is obviously the first in the line of the emulation for Commodore 64 games as well as other microcomputer games. So I guess Blaze was sort of like focused on trying to get them to run good, and the virtual keyboard they have in this on this system as well also isn't the best because for a lot of people it's easy to use touch controls for a virtual keyboard, and obviously the Evercade doesn't have a touch screen, so the virtual keyboard kind of feels quite useless in some regards because obviously it takes a little while to actually do anything with it. Now on the upside, I do think this is a good starting point for Evercade because games like Marauder and that are pretty fun as well. You know, there are several great games on the system. Well, from the Commodore 64 and C64 line of systems. Obviously, it broke a Guinness World Record when it came out, so that's big. But it would be nice if we see Blaze go for some more heavy hitters next time they release something like this, because obviously they're doing Amiga next year, so hopefully with the Amiga cartridges have some bigger name games, some bigger heavy hitters that people are going to know. But obviously, what we've got to all understand, guys, this all comes down to licensing. Maybe Blaze couldn't get certain licenses in time for this cartridge, or maybe certain companies that had licenses Blaze wanted don't exist anymore, and they don't know who owns them. So that's all what comes down to it, guys. On the plus side, I do think that this cartridge is worth picking up for those that are fans of the era of gaming of the 80s and never got to experience these games, or those that are Commodore 64 fans and huge microcomputer fans who just want to re-experience some games from the era. Even if they're not the greatest games from the system, they used to have quite a few good ones in there, so it is still worth picking up in my opinion. Obviously this review is quite short because obviously I like to keep my videos short. Let me know your thoughts about this in the comments down below. Are you picking up the Commodore 64 collection? You know, do you have a C64 Mini? Do you not want it? You know, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna get the system? Do you have an Evercade? Do you not have an Evercade? You know, if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. You know, comment your thoughts about this collection down in the comments down below. Comment your thoughts about Evercade in the comments down below. So make sure you like this video and share it around. I've been Evercade, and I'm signing out. Peace.